Nate G 219 here to help it back and better. Y'all know what it is. Another one coming at you. First, hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you want to, donate to that channel if you want to help support. It's December 30th. Not even 7 o'clock in the morning yet. Pretty early, but you know, I'm always up early, so I'm going to do a story early. Got some shopping to do. I got my daughters today. Well, I always have one of them, but my 12-year-old is also here. So we're going to go shopping, you know, maybe Kohl's, grocery shopping, some just basic family things. But before I do that, I'm going to get a story out to you. So on December 21st, this was reported. So probably happened the day prior to it, or maybe on the 21st. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So, in Anderson, Indiana, Madison County, Mr. Adam Kinnard was arrested. He was 33 years old after an RV was found engulfed in flames behind a home on a street nearby. Police said Kinnard was spotted by officers who had been patrolling the area due to numerous recent arsons. Walking out from behind a home on Fletcher Street right before the fire was spotted, Kinnard was reported acting evasive and erratic. After he spotted the police officers' vehicles, that's when he started acting weird. So, arson's never a good thing, obviously, guys. Don't go burning up homes. But you know what? I can't disagree with this man's motive. Of course, initially he had denied it, but he was noticed to have a burn in his pajamas, and when the police confronted him with evidence that showed him a video of him being nearby all of the arsons or the arsons that had been happening, whatever, he became upset and belligerent. So when he was told he was being placed under arrest, he squared up with the cops like he was going to fight. He didn't, though. He didn't. Probably smart move for him. But after being handcuffed, he started shouting about why he set the fires. He was setting the fires to the homes or porches, sheds, RVs of known pedos, kitty fiddlers. This man was targeting men that had done things to children. And, you know, unfortunately, those men walk amongst the regular civilians every day, and many with no problems whatsoever. Most with no problems whatsoever. Now, what Mr. Kinnard did was pulled up his phone, got on the registry, and, you know, there's a little red dot everywhere one lives. It's really easy to find them. And not only is there a red dot, there's a picture, description of the case. It's just a pretty detailed location and description of the SO. So I'm not in support of any SO's protection whatsoever. Now, I do believe that there's a fine line. Actually, it's not that fine of a line. There's a line that you don't cross. And I'm not talking about a 19 and a 17, 19, 16-year-old, something like that. You know, both of them are kids. And a 19-year-old boy, man, whatever, mentally is usually much more immature than that 16-year-old girl is. That's just to be completely honest and realistic. There's proof of those that women mature faster. So a 16-year-old girl is equivalent to a 19-year-old man usually. Unless that man's really smart and that girl is not smart whatsoever. Anyways, the problem is Mr. Kinnard has a background. Now, he's facing 12 years for the arson. And he'll have to serve, if convicted of what he's facing 12 years. And if convicted, I believe would have to serve 85% of that, because we have 75% for nonviolence, 85% for violence. Now, nobody was injured, but I don't know whether arson is considered violent. I would think it is. I mean, it's a violent offense. But, I'm in support of what that man did. Did he do the right thing? No. But his motive was righteous. Now, the man has been to prison a couple times. So, in 2014, he had a burglary, theft, receiving stolen property, a couple theft, receiving stolen properties, and he was sentenced in 2014, released September of 2015. So, not a very long time. He was sentenced to like a year and a half. And then in 2017, he was convicted of burglary, a couple more theft, and receiving and stolen properties, and an escape. Now, he got 2.5 years for that. So, he was released 2018. Then 2022 on the escape. So he had just been out about a year and a half when this new case occurred. So now that he's charged with that new case, the chance of them having a lot of aggravating factors is very clear. At least this time he wasn't stealing or robbing. I don't know much about this man. I tried to look up on Facebook a little bit about him. Looked like he was into the party scene quite a bit. But when you go to prison, guys, and you're exposed to a lot of guys that have done things like that to people, and you repeatedly see them go home. I've repeatedly seen people that have permanently scarred a young child, do less time than me when I middlemanned a $20 bag of drugs. And I know that sounds completely outrageous and unbelievable, but it's a fact. It's a fact. I've got the paperwork to prove it. There's a local one that had the same judge as I did, and I was sentenced to a 10-year sentence, suspend 4 of it. That meant 6 years, serve 3 in the Department of Corrections. That man had the same exact sentence, and he permanently emotionally scarred 2 or 3 little girls that were still in diapers. And he did less time than me. But he has to register, so, that keeps the community safe. But it shows how easy it is to find these people, and if people really want to, they're going to take justice into their own hands. So that makes me wonder what Mr. Kinnard had been through. Now, when you go to prison and you're around all these people, you develop, even as just a man, period, you have a lot of hate towards people like that. If you're a father, you have a lot more hate. Now, if you're a father that's been in prison, the hate you have towards those people is so indescribable. It's, I couldn't even put into words how strongly I dislike people like that, and what I feel strongly should happen to people like that. I really wish we had Florida's death penalty rule. I really wish. Time out. Time in. Because if we had that rule, that would deter a lot of it from happening, because these guys are unfixable, and if it did happen, gone with the wind, man. I mean, that's how I feel about it. But now, had Mr. Kinnard been in there and seen a lot of these guys just doing whatever they want, like I had seen, it's a very sickening, bothering thing. And he seemed to feel like he had to do something about it. Did what he do anything about anything? No, all it did was give him a potential very long time in prison. And no, he's not going to get messed with, because, I mean, he's going to be held with some praise when he goes back to prison. But without a doubt, he's going back to prison. But that one is just a quick one I wanted to get to you guys. I saw JD covered something quick on it, and JD's always covering something in Indiana. Usually he gets it after I've already done it, like Katie's Revenge, but still love you, JD. Anyways, guys, never forget life's choices, because, man, if you're one of them kitty fiddlers, and when you do come home, Mr. Kinnard might be waiting there with a lighter, gasoline. He might get you, or someone just like him, or someone worse. But hey, if they ain't hating it, you ain't making it. Hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe, support that channel if you'd like.